What's up, my people? Devin O'Bannon here with Black Irish Entertainment. I hope you're doing well. And welcome to Music Talk, where I chop it up with music creators and music lovers about, you guessed it, music. So hit that subscribe button, hit like on this video, and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop the next one. All right, let's get into it. What's up, my people? Devin O'Bannon here with Black Irish Entertainment. Welcome to episode 2 of Music Talk. I have somebody incredible with me here today. My guy has done some amazing things. So as you know, I work in the film, TV world of music licensing, where I'm able to create music for film, TV, video games, promo, brands, all that stuff. This guy has done it at a whole different level from my perspective. This man has over 1,000 placements in film and TV, music licensing. He lives in Pittsburgh. He lives in Philly now, but he's doing some amazing things in Philly. He's creating a sync community out there, which is amazing. So he's able to take his knowledge of what he's done in sync and implement it into the community of people out there, creatives out there who are also interested in doing stuff like that. So that's huge. He's an all-around just super dope dude. Incredible dude. We had a time to talk for maybe like 45 minutes or so a couple weeks ago, and he's just a dope dude. Super dope dude. He's a fellow Recording Academy member and governor of the Philly chapter, which is great. He's a producer. He's an artist. He just does all the things. So I love and I'm honored to introduce you all to my guy, Gallo Locknez. How you doing, my guy? How you feeling?
What up, man? I'm good, bro. I appreciate you for having me on here, dog. Straight up, man. I appreciate you.
100%, man. Yeah, and I've been following Gallo on LinkedIn maybe for a few months now, and I just see he's done just some amazing things, and I was just like, yo, I gotta chop it up with this dude. Like, he's doing such great things at a high level. So I was like, I reached out to him. He responded right away, and that's when I knew. I was like, he's just a real dude. Like, he's doing things at a high level, successfully, but he's just still just a real dude. So I appreciate you taking the time, bro. I appreciate you, being open and being able to just chop it up with me, man. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, I appreciate all the compliments, dog. Like, yeah, bro, man, you got me feeling all good inside.
I give flowers where flowers are due, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody doing amazing things and still being able to give back to the community, that's huge, bro. That's huge. So I appreciate you taking the time, man. I appreciate you taking the time. But yeah, let's
absolutely, man. And
man.
that's the key. That's the key, though. Just real quick, man. Is being able to do what I'm doing and still give back at the same time. A lot of people try to wait until they make it to a certain level before they get back, and some people don't get back at all. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to do it as I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, for saying,
man. Yeah, that's huge. Well, let's talk about what you're doing, man. I kind of gave him a few highlights of what I know about you, but what are your things that you're focusing on right now? What are some major things that you're focusing on right now?
Yeah, right now, man, I've really dove into the trailer music world. I've been doing a lot of music for like sports. Like, I just have that voice for sports, you know what I'm saying? And I love doing that high energy hip hop. So I've done a lot of that. I've done a lot of TV shows. I got some movie placements as well and some commercial placements, but really digging into the trailer world. I got a few trailers out there. Started 5 for Netflix, PlayStation, Sony PlayStation. We did a trailer for that.
Yeah.
We did an independent movie called, I think it's called Robots. I think was the name of the movie. It was an independent movie. It wasn't a big movie, but they used a trailer for that too. And man, just digging into the trailer world, man. Got hit up by a pretty big trailer company. Me and my guy Jason. Shout out to my guy Jason, man. He does most of the production on the trailer work. Yes, Jason Payne. Phenomenal dude, great dude. Super talented. They reached out to him, and then he was like, "Bro, this company heard what we did with Started 5. Like, it's time, you know what I mean? They want us to work." So
that's it,
you know what I mean? So I'm really, really excited about that. They've done some amazing movies. They've done the Gladiator trailer. They've done Blink Twice. They've done a whole bunch of joints. You know what I'm saying? So they're legit. So that's what I'm working on now. And then obviously I'm always collaborating, so I'm always working with other people, man, and I got some really talented people that I'm working with, on the licensing side. I mean, I'm doing a lot, but I'm just talking about the licensing right now.
I get that. I get that. Yeah, and we'll dive deep into that. Well, power and prosperity to that opportunity with the trailers, man, because I know trailers.
Thank you.
Those things can be made. You know what I'm saying?
So, absolutely, bro. Listen,
bro.
we on the same page. You don't have to say it, and I know what you think.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, we get it. That's fire. So as a producer, as an artist, what are your strengths? Do you feel like you're stronger on the artist side, or do you feel like you're stronger on the production side, or both? Like,
Yeah. Nah, so that's a great question, man. I'm good at both. But I'm I'm more comfortable as an artist.
Yeah.
Because it just I've been freestyling forever. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And the lyrics just flow. Like I could write a full song in like 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, that's just lyrics, man. That's just that's not recording. It's just writing. I ain't trying to sound like I'm Superman here, but
I feel that.
But I could write a song really well, pretty quickly, fairly quickly. Recording, it'll probably take me about an hour to do a song.
That's good.
I'm very big on giving my best performance in the studio. So if I got to re-record something, I will.
That's me.
You know what I'm saying? If I gotta, if I feel like the flow isn't right, then I'll fix it on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that.
It's about efficiency. It's about efficiency. I want to make sure that we get it. Best takes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
I feel that. What about the production side?
So on the production side, I love producing, man. I love beat making, but I love producing artists. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
I love directing them in the studio. I love once the lyrics are laid and the vocals are laid, producing post-production, right? Adding the seasoning, right? Adding the seasoning, you know what I'm saying? So, the transitions and the things that's really pleasant to the ear. So, I love that. But I love beat making too. Don't get it twisted, man. I love beat making and, just being in the zone, knocking out. There was a time when I used to just produce. Okay. And I would knock out like 5 to 10 beats a day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. I can't do that now. But
I feel it.
I used to do that. I just do too much now to do that. I don't have as much time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But,
no, I feel it. I'm on the same wave. Like, I produce, I write, I record, sing, rap, I do all of that. Just, 'cause I work in the sync world. So you kind of have to be able to do all of it, you know what I'm saying?
Multi-talented,
yeah. You got to be able to do all of it. But I'm in the same place where when I create music, it's for a purpose. So it's hard to just sit down and just make beats.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to just make beats because the inspiration turns into a song. It shifts
absolutely,
something
bro.
creative. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. So just from the beginning, man, how did you get? Like, what's your creative journey? How did you get to where you are right now in the sync world? Like, how did it all start?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the sync journey, not the music journey. The sync journey. Cool. Yeah. So I started out with I used to work for the NBA. I used to make music for the NBA. Shout out my guy Ant and my guy Thanasis. I went to high school with both of them. They both are video guys. I know that's not the proper term, but
like what do they call them? Like cinematographers, I guess.
Nah, so they shoot. They shoot. They're the ones. So when you're watching TNT or whatever, and you're watching the game, and you're able to see the game, they're the people behind the camera.
Okay,
fire, you know what I'm saying?
Fire. Shout out to them. That's big. That's huge.
Yeah, exactly. So so they're always on, and then they shoot all the documentaries for the NBA, all that. So So anyways, my guy Ant reached out to me. And I was actually in a dark place too, man. It's actually on one of my songs called Breathe. Is it called Breathe, I think? I think it's called Breathe. I don't remember the name of my song. But it's on
Leave
Spotify.
Leave it in the past, man. Leave it in the past. It's
a dark place. But he reached out to me and was like, bro, I got an idea. You know what I mean? And and we went with it, bro. And I worked for the NBA for 2 seasons. Fire. That was it was dope. I got to go to free games. I got to go to the All-Star game for free. They put me in a hotel with the players, you know what I'm saying? I got to see the player. It was incredible. I got to witness the slam dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of dope things. You know what I'm saying?
That's major, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then they played my music at the game, at the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? On the Jumbotron.
Okay,
So
yeah.
yeah, it was incredible, bro. It was absolutely
Major.
incredible. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, it was incredible, bro. But at the end of the second season, the last thing I did a tribute to Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Who I've worked with many times, actually, him and his family.
Yeah.
Because he does like a 4-bar Friday. Well, he used to do a 4-bar Friday on Instagram.
Okay.
And I was a regular. I won the contest, you know what I'm saying, that he did. But anyways, I did it. It was special to me because Damon's looked out for me a lot. So it was dope to do that. That journey reached over 2 million views, which was dope, you know what I mean? But when I realized, I know I went on a rant, my bad.
Nah, that's
but
huge,
when
man.
I realized,
shout out to Dame, man. That's major.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dame.
Yeah, absolutely. Great people, man. Him and his family, man. I talked to his cousin on a regular. You know what I mean? Great people.
Yeah.
But anyways, I knew by the end of the second season, they wasn't gonna go on for a third season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like I just keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
It's reached its expiration date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel it.
And there's different reasons as to why that happened, but you know what I mean? Ultimately, it was mutual agreement. I still got great connections with the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Great people. Yeah. But anyways, I was like, yo, you know what, man? By this time, I probably had like maybe 2 or 3 placements over the years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
When was this? What time? I mean, what year was this?
It was before COVID. I think it was like the year before. I think it was like 2018. COVID was 2019, right?
Yeah,
I think it was 1920.
Yeah.
So it was like the end of 2018, and I had I found a list of like music libraries, right?
Okay.
And like I said, by this time I had a movie placement, I had a TV show placement, and I think I had one other placement at the time, I think, right? But it was nothing that it just happened to happen. You know what I mean? It wasn't something I was pursuing.
Right.
So I was like, yo, like, but I made decent money. And what happened was from the movie, I kept getting royalty checks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I kept getting royalty checks. So I was like, yo, you know what? Let me just pursue this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did. I reached out, and and then from the NBA thing, there's the other thing too. My boy Ant, who hooked me up with the NBA, had a connection with the HBO. So through that, I ended up doing the promo for a fight. It was 30 seconds. I worked with the director. He sent me the video. I made the music to the video. You know what I'm saying? It was fire. You know what I mean? It was everywhere. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I should do this. So I found a list of music supervisors and libraries. And I just sent cold emails out. You know what I'm saying? Like
how it is, man.
Yeah, bro. I sent a whole bunch of cold emails out, and I introduced myself as the guy from the NBA because when I was doing the stuff in the NBA, I was getting millions and millions of views. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, people had to know. At least somebody, you know?
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. People, they responded back, and it was like, most of the conversations were like, oh, I seen you on the NBA. I'm a Houston Rockets fan, or I like Harden. You know what I mean? So that was like the icebreaker, you know what I mean? Right. And I was like, yeah, like I could create music. Like I did that in 2 hours, like just, you know, showing my work ethic.
Right.
And they were like, what? All right, well, we got this, and this is due by tonight. You think you can knock this out? Because now they already know what I'm capable of, right?
They know you can get it done, right?
Exactly. So, and then everything just kind of went from there. You know what I'm saying? I proved myself. I knocked it out. And then I started to make a name for myself, man. And then I started reaching out to more libraries, and then I started reaching out to supervisors, and you know, not everybody, but a lot of people knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's just how that went on. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. That's super dope, and that just shows the people who are listening. That just shows what network, how important network is. One,
for sure.
And then just you knowing what you want to go for and just going for it. Because I had the same situation when it came to me stepping into the sync world. We talked about this before, but me stepping into the sync world started from a conversation I had with one of my guys, Fresco. He's a super dope DJ producer. And he was like, Dev, like I hear the music that you're creating in like these TV shows and these movies and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, like, well, let me figure out how to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? And just either, like you said, cold calling or just reaching out, trying to get more information about it and doing your research on it. and then you get to the right people, and they put a foot out of faith for you, and be like, hey, okay, if you could do this, we can make this happen. And story has been written, and now we're both in the same world doing these things. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, bro? I just want to talk about the cold emailing and the cold approach. A lot of people frown on that, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, man, I'll never forget. That's how Soulja Boy got discovered, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Throwing out there, just seeing what sticks, yo. That's it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody got an opinion, bro. People like, yo, why? And on another note, people like, why you use Fruity Loops? Now I don't use Fruity Loops. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
But if you remember when Fruity Loops came out, everybody was like, yo, that joint is trash. Yo,
right.
Fruity Loops. But Ninth Wonders got platinum records using Fruity Loops.
It's a major dog right now, bro. Like, producers are making hits out of Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying? Well, FL Studio now, but Fruity Loops is what it was called back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's true.
So my whole thing is go for what you want. You know what I'm saying? Go for what you want. Not everybody has is able to just walk up into a music label, or we're able to walk up into a music library. So if you could contact the people, contact them how you can. Now, what I say is, it's one thing to get their attention. It's another thing to keep their attention. Right. So what you do is so cool, go cold, but once you get them, show respect. Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Show respect. Show them what you're able to bring to the table.
Right.
Don't approach them on some gimme.
Right.
Obviously, I'm reaching out to these labels because I want an opportunity, right?
Right.
But I'm also like, yo, this is what I can do for you.
Yeah, you got to bring value. You have to bring value. I mean, and then know your value at the same time too, because you might have a lot of value, and there's a lot of people in the industry that'll exploit that value. You know what I'm saying? Just use you up for all your value, and then once you're done, it's done. But like, know your value, and then bring your value. So, like you said, as you reach out to these individuals, music supervisors, sync houses, trailer houses, all these other things. One, do your research. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the research and understand what they do and how you can bring value to what they do. You know what I'm saying? They've established this platform that you want to be a part of. Make sure you can bring value. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, like I said, know your value. And then when you have conversations with them, bring respect, like you said. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge, man. That's huge. I appreciate that point. That's a major point.
Absolutely.
So as we stepped in, because we talked about FL Studio, we talked about like DAWs that we use to record or starting to record. What is your DAW? What do you use to record?
Yeah, I use Ableton. I love Ableton Live. Yeah, Ableton is my DAW of choice. I've used pretty much every DAW. I'm gonna be honest with you. I started out with Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? And Pro Tools is cool. I feel limited as far as like from the production standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Then I went over to I used Reason for a little bit, right?
Okay.
Which was cool. And then I rocked with Cubase for a while.
Okay.
I rocked with Cubase for a while. And then from Cubase I went to Ableton. My boy was using Ableton. My boy had a huge influence on me in my music. My boy Eddie from Florida. He had a neat. Do you remember the Nikos?
Nikos.
It was it was a keyboard with a computer inside of it.
Oh, yes, I do. Yo, that's crazy.
they were hot for a minute, right? But they were $10,000.
Yeah, no, they were expensive.
Mad expensive. So my boy had one.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. My boy had one. And then I saw Timbaland was promoting it like crazy. He's like, yo, Timbo made Justin Timberlake's joint off it. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up buying it. And I loved it, bro. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't need to spend $10,000. Not the way with laptops are now.
Right.
Keyboards. You didn't really need to. Yeah. I didn't need it. But it helped boost my confidence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just heard it this week. When you get new plugins or new gear, it boosts the need, or I guess inspires the need to create. Yeah. So like when you get new gear, get new sounds, whatever it may be, it inspires you to create. So yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, bro. So like, and it's from there, man. Like, bro, I just started like producing like crazy, and I was like the only person with it. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't nobody knew it. So every time everybody came to the studio, they was like, "Yo, what's this?" Da, da, da.
Right.
Yeah, bro. So it was a little bit of a flex. You know what I'm saying? It gave me confidence, and it got me to produce more. But anyways, he inspired me to get the Nico, and then he inspired me to move over to Ableton.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Ableton was a huge learning curve for me.
Mm-hmm.
But just the way he taught me, I just felt like I felt limitless. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I could just do whatever. There was no limits to any ideas I could think of. I felt like I could do it with Ableton. So, and that's for me, man. I know some people that stand on Studio One. I know some people that stand on Logic. I know some people, you know what I'm saying? I say use whatever you feel most comfortable with. Because all the DAWs pretty much do the same thing.
Pretty much for the most part. It's just your type of workflow. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That fits into it. So no, I get that. I get that. And I mean, I started with what was my first DAW? It was a long time ago. There was this DAW called I think it's called Acid.
Okay, Acid
like
Studio.
Sonic Foundry, Acid Studio, something like that. So that was like my first DAW. And then I transitioned to like an early version of Logic.
Okay.
And then, early version of Logic. And then I transitioned into using Pro Tools, but I was transferring files from my Motif into Pro Tools.
Okay,
So like you recorded, track by track. So I did that. And then, I went back to Logic because I was like, producing in Pro Tools is a headache. There's no way.
Nah, bro.
There's no way. No way. So I went back to Logic, and then similar to what you said, I was kind of influenced into using Ableton.
Okay.
So I use Ableton to produce too, and same dude that I told you about, Antonio Fresco.
Okay, yeah.
He was like, Dev, try Ableton, just try it.
Yeah.
And back then, like, it's for real and it's full version now, but it was a crack version. Crack version.
Hey, we all did it, bro. We all did it.
Yeah. There's a crack version of Ableton, and he sent it to me. He was like, Dev, just try it. So I was like, all right, cool. Man, first beat I made in Ableton. Never went back to Logic.
That's what's up. Hey, that's the way it be. Yep.
The workflow was just so smooth and efficient, like kicking stuff out quick. So, And like you said, like it's teach his own. I have one of my buddies, Majestic, who uses Reasons. He's efficient. One of my producer friends, Mel, she uses Studio One, efficient in it. You know what I'm saying? Like people just know their stuff. So
that's what I'm saying, man. To each DAW, like you said, it just depends on your workflow. Exactly. I got a story for you though, bro.
Talk to me. What you got?
So the way I started making beats, bro.
Yeah.
And this is gonna date me. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna show off my age.
You see the grays here, bro.
Exactly, bro.
I'm there.
But so my dad's a musician, right? My dad's a musician,
right?
And he had all his equipment in the basement. But I had an urge to like make music. You know what I'm saying? And my father was a live musician. He wasn't into like the recording side of things.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have anything to like record, right? So I don't know how I figured this out. I don't remember. I don't know if I looked it up or researched it. But I was like, my house was full of VCRs. Okay. Full of VCRs. So I would play a melody. I hooked up the VCR to my dad's keyboards.
Okay.
And I will play a melody and record it on a VCR tape.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I would transfer that VCR tape upstairs to my computer. And you had mentioned Acid. This is why I thought of this. I was using a wave recorder by the name of SoundForge. Right?
Okay.
That was the name of it. It was called SoundForge. But it was made by, I'm pretty sure it was made by Acid.
Okay.
And I had my laptop hooked up to my computer into the mic input, right?
Yep.
And I would play from the VCR into the computer into SoundForge. Now SoundForge was only a 2-track, stereo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would record my stuff, and I would have to like, I don't know if you remember VCRs or not. And
no,
like
I do.
I'm dating myself. Okay, cool.
Nah, we probably about the same age.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Remember VCRs? Sometimes you gotta tune it.
You gotta
tune.
Yeah.
So like literally my first beat, bro. You can hear me recording into it and tuning it as I'm Just
That's
being recorded into the computer.
crazy. That's
And,
crazy.
and then I would take drum loops and put it. Remember, it's a 2-track, so like you could paste sound on top of sound, but you couldn't like mix it or nothing, right? So I would paste the drums on it. And I had to line the drums up, and I didn't have quantized, so I had to make sure my joint was right,
everything was
I had to cut it and paste it, right? So it was like a sample.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, by the time it was done, I had full beats, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But I found a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really have a way to record. I am not for nothing. I sold my first beat that way.
That's fire. How old were you when you did that? Do you remember?
Let me see. I think I was out of high school. Yeah, I was like 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 18, 19, yeah.
So I got a story that aligns with that, which is wild. So when I was younger, I was, trying to figure out the music thing. My uncle, he was a computer engineer. And so he was always teaching me how to put computers together and everything like that and how a computer works. So when you said like plugging, keyboard or whatever into like the mic input and all that stuff, bro. So I used to have this little Casio keyboard. Little Casio keyboard had like 4 tracks on it. So you can record it to these 4 tracks on it, which is cool. Yeah. So like something melodic, you obviously have the bass, you have the drums, and then some kind of like something that goes on top of it. So I used to make beats on this thing, but obviously it's just looped. So it's just looped, and you can take the drums out, you can take the bass out, you can do all this stuff. So I figured out how to plug from the headphone jack of the Casio into the PC that we had, the mic jack into the PC.
Yeah.
And then there was this little app on there that you could record, I think it was like voice notes or something like that.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is I used to come up with these loops, these beat loops on this little Casio keyboard, plug it into the PC, hit record on the voice note joke.
Yeah, and it would save it.
Create this beat,
that's dope.
Whatever it is, it would save it in there, and then I would drop it onto either like your little CD. Take it out to my dad's car, and the first time I did that, bro, I was like, "This is what I do. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is it. I want to create music. I want to figure out how to get it into the computer, and then do that. And then that's what started. Like my parents looking at me like, "Oh, well, how'd you figure that out? Like, there's something here. Like we need to figure this out." And so that's when they got me that DAW, that workstation, the acid.
Because see, that's dope, bro. Yeah. So similar. So I again, I will burn to a CD, right? The joints I did on the VCR. And I was working at Sears. You remember Sears?
Oh, Sears?
Yeah.
That's throwback. That's throwback.
Bro. And I worked in the electronics department.
Okay.
So we had all the stereos, bro. So I used to go, I used to put my beats on and let them joints play.
And just let them run?
Bro. Just let them joints play, bro. And then people would come by, and people my age would come by and would start rapping. Before I knew it, though, we was having ciphers at my job, bro.
Sears, Sears ciphers. Let's go. Come on.
Bro. And bro. And then that's how I sold my. That's how I said. I sold my first beat. Some dude started coming around. He's like, I'm gonna go to the studio. You got beats? I sold my first beat. You know what I'm saying? I felt good. So then I told my mom. I was like, yo, like, look, and he wrote a check. My mom took a copy of the check. She's like, this is your first, you know what I mean? This is important. Yeah. And then my pops ended up taking me to Manhattan. And I saw a keyboard I liked. I told my mom. And my mom was like, yo, I'm going to buy it for you. And it was the Roland Phantom. The Phantom was a Phantom X, I think.
Phantom X,
it was called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was my first. And I started making beats on that joint. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
that's bro, it's similar.
Yes, sir. That's dope. Yeah, my first keyboard was the Motif. The Motif, I think it was the 6, Motif 6 or 7. I don't remember which one it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
every Motif was fire, bro.
Bro, I loved it, bro. Like, I literally had it from... I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like 16, 17 when I got it.
Okay.
And I took it everywhere. Up to I literally got rid of it because it broke on me. Like,
oh no,
maybe 5, 6 years ago. I had that joint for a long time. And it just, I never used it after that. Like after it kind of went down, but I just held it because I was just like, this is this is where it all began.
Special.
You know what I'm saying?
It's special. Bro, I still got my Nico.
I'm telling you, bro. Like I was man, like I had to hang on to it. But that's crazy. Similar stories. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Wild.
Yeah.
But question for you as an artist, how often do you create? How often do you create for sync?
Yeah, every day, bro. Every day, man.
Right.
Every single day, bro. And I'm always getting new opportunities every day. I'm always building with somebody every day, and I'm always creating every day, man. It gets a little bit harder as I get older and my kids get older. You know what I'm saying? Because they need more attention. But every day I'm doing something, man.
That's
And
good.
it's probably working on like 4 tracks a day.
Fire.
Honestly.
That's good. Yeah. So do you create songs, or is it more so just the production side of it?
Everything, whatever.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like
whatever comes to me, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I create with purpose. I don't have the luxury of creating just to create. No, I miss that, because like I said, I used to make 5-10 beats a day.
Right.
And it wasn't for none particular, it's just to have. So like, because I still sell beats too. You know what I mean? I still produce artists outside of sync. True. So like a lot of times people may be like, hey, what you got in the stash?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right. Like, I don't. I don't really have a beat catalog anymore. Like it's right.
Yeah, I don't have it because I'm always creating with purpose. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm creating this is already taken. You know what I mean?
Same here. No, I feel that. Yeah, I was just talking to one of my my buddies. This is last week. So I think I told you I live out in Bermuda now.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
I'm connecting the dots out here. One of my buddies, he's an artist out here, and he's like, bro, like you got the beats, just send them. And I thought about it. I was like, I don't.
Yeah, I
don't have a catalog of beats anymore. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Because everything that I create, like you said, is for a purpose, or it's intentional for something. You know what I'm saying? Or it's already lined up for an artist. So yeah, it's funny that you said that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like I said, man, I kind of wish I did have the time for that to just create this to create. Yeah. But also too, because of my work ethic with the NBA and sync, right? Because it's a lot of like, you got to deliver
quick
fast.
Turnaround,
yeah. I can create something like, yo, what do you think? What are you thinking of? What kind of track you looking for? And I can make that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good, man. And it's all about efficiency. I mean, knowing the sync world, like it's quick turnaround sometimes. Like you said, somebody hits you up and said, hey, can you finish this by this evening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Like, and so you can't sit and overthink production, or you can't sit and overthink lyrics that you're gonna say. You got to know what you can go for and get it done. Because you don't want to miss an opportunity.
You don't. Yeah.
I feel that.
And it's a small industry, so when you make a good reputation, they tell their friends. And a lot of if it's a supervisor, they'll tell another supervisor. If it's a music library, they'll tell a supervisor or another music library. So bad reputations and good reputations go a long way in this industry.
That's it. And it's just about relationship building, proper relationship building. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to have that cloud over you, like, oh well, they don't ever reach the deadline, or you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, it's a quick turnaround. So like if they know, okay, hey, you can do this well, but if you're not reaching the deadline, then they're not gonna come back.
They're not gonna hit you up. Don't talent. It doesn't matter how good you are if you can't be efficient. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't deliver. It doesn't make sense to them.
Exactly. So for me, you know what I mean? It's important for me to have a good reputation. You know what I'm saying? And being dependable. You know what I'm saying? Like I know certain things that only I could bring to the table. Yeah. But at the same time, they're looking for specific things. So you got to make sure you match what they're looking for too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
and one thing that I've learned too, this kind of takes a shift. And I'll ask you about this too, is when it comes to you being an artist, as your own artist, and doing things per sync that might not align with your artistry. Yeah. Was it difficult for you to turn that switch on and off? You know what I'm saying? Was it difficult?
Yeah, in the beginning, absolutely, man, because, with sync, especially being a rapper, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of opportunities for like crime scenes, you know what I'm saying? Or like being in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And Gallo, Locknez, the artist, don't rap about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't rap about that type of stuff. So that was really, really tough. But then like I started to realize like, this is kind of like it's like I related it to acting. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And and it's like I'm a different character right now. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different person. So, and that's when not for nothing, that's when it when it was fun. That's when it
Yeah.
became fun. Because it's like, man, I could really like stretch my imagination now and do certain things. So yeah, man, like I got tracks out there about money and making money, and I got tracks about being in the streets and all type of stuff. And Gallo, Locknez, like I said, my regular stuff, it don't got none of that in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's been fun,
that's what it's about. Like what you said, becoming a different character. And I think as artists, you can do that too. Like certain songs require you to be a certain character. So like being able to flip that switch and say like, okay, this isn't who I usually am as an artist, but if I become this character, I can, deliver, or I can, set the tone or emotion for the scene or whatever. So that's dope, because I say the same thing. I work with artists for film and TV stuff too, and a few of the artists are like, well, that's not me. That's not who I am. I was like, you got to be able to separate that artist from this kind of stuff, because I see the potential that you have either in your voice or your style of music or whatever it may be. I see that you can fit into this world, or I see you can fit into this emotion of the scene that this music supervisor is looking for. But again, you got to be able to flip that switch, because it still has to be able to translate. You know what I'm saying? So
it does, man. So, and that's some people in the beginning made like, and that was the other thing. It's like, man, I don't want to sell out. I don't want to be somebody I'm not. You know what I mean? But again, like you said, be able to flip the switch. And for me, man, like I said, I looked at it like acting. Like, what do actors do? You know what I'm saying? Like, they become the role. They become that character. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
So for me, that's when I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna get this bag, bro.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about sync, is that you can get a major bag if you're able to flip that switch. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
It took time for me to learn it too, because I was so used to producing for artists. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave open space and you got to allow the vocals to fit. For sync, it's a whole different type of production, man. It is a whole different type of production. That was something I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, man, this song sounds great. We can shop it. Oh, and then you get the response, hey, this sounds great, but we need more. I'm like, more? What you mean?
Like, feels a little too repetitive. Can you add it in?
What? Like, okay, no, I get. All right, cool. And then you go back to the drawing board. But once you get it, you get it.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Once you get it, you get it. Yep.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, more on a personal side for you, bro. Like, when it comes to this music thing, we know that it is, it's therapy to us. It helps us sort through certain emotions, and we're able to implement that into our music. For you, what does music do for you?
Yeah, man, music is definitely therapeutic, 100%, bro. 100% therapeutic, man. Music definitely motivates me. I always have music going. I was just talking to my oldest daughter, and she was like, man, I don't know what I would do without music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And bro, music just motivates me, man. Like, whether I gotta clean or if I'm having a bad day, you know what I'm saying? I'll throw some tunes on, you know what I mean? And then there was a time in my life I was in a really dark period and in a dark place, and I started writing about it. You know what I'm saying? And recording it, and I never released it. Actually, I put it in my stories recently. On Facebook and IG, and I did share with the world, you know what I'm saying, stuff that I was recording, and people were like, bro, you need to put this out and stuff. And I was putting out an album, right? So real quick, the Gallo brand is positive, right?
Right. Okay.
Gallo Locknez is positive. So I make a lot of motivating music, you know what I mean? But at the time I wanted to do something different, and I used a lot of auto-tune, and I rapped about a lot of personal things. And by the time, I recorded like I think it was like 9, 10 songs, maybe 11, 12, I don't know. But they were all just really personal. And like I said, I was in a really dark place. So I felt like it didn't align with my brand. You know what I'm saying?
I get
so and then in the stories I said, initially I made this album for the people, but ultimately I realized this was just for me.
Just for you.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I needed to, but like, it's so funny because people aren't used to hearing me like articulate lyrically that way. And when people hear it, they're like, bro, this is dog. You nice. Like, like, bro, like, I wish I could hear more of this of you. You know what I'm saying? So So I don't know. I'll see if I'm gonna release it or not. But ultimately, yeah, it did help me a lot, man. It helped me to express myself and get it out. You know what I'm saying? And music definitely plays a big role in that, whether I'm listening or creating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what it should do, bro. Like, I mean, I know it's more in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
but as a creative, it's a strength for us to use to be able to sort through certain things. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was talking to who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody on LinkedIn actually. They reached out to
Okay.
me because I just
Yeah.
put up something about mental health.
Okay.
And
Word.
they were just like, "Yo, people don't talk about this as often, especially in the creative world.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we create and develop this music that holds so much emotion, but we
Yeah.
don't talk about where that emotion comes from.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
caused that emotion to be what it
Mm-hmm.
is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to, I guess, be more intentional about talking about mental health, our mental
Yeah.
health as we create
Yeah.
and what we're using as vices and what we're using as things to help us resolve and rehabilitate these things that we're dealing with. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah. For
I
sure.
appreciate you sharing that, man. And I mean,
Yeah.
as we go through these waves of darks and highs and
Yeah.
lows and everything like that, like, and keep understanding and knowing that you are important to your daughters. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah. I
do
appreciate
the
that.
same
Yeah.
thing when I'm low.
Yeah.
I say the same thing. My wife and my daughter need me. So
Yeah.
I need to be intentional about continuing to live, continuing to go
Mhm.
through these waves and, get back to that
Yeah.
up again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. I did I made a song called Zoning where I talk about, just how life is and stuff and racism and police brutality and
yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean? And then talking about how, how we should be as individuals and what's expected of us as individuals, which
yeah,
is,
yeah,
sometimes not fair. You know what I mean? It's not everybody's built to be what is not built to meet the expectations of others. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
And so I did this song, and a lot of times when I would perform this song, people were touched and they would approach me. But
yeah.
I'll never forget the one time, man. I was opening for I think his name is Black Milk. I think it is from Detroit.
Okay.
I think his name is Black Milk. And I opened up for him and I did the song. And after I performed, like this lady came up to me in tears. Was
Wow.
like, yo, and I never experienced nothing like that before. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And she was like, I gotta hug you. Thank you so much for talking about this.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it touched me. And you never and like, yo, not for nothing. Like I've had like girlfriends or like people close to me be like, yeah, yo, that touched me. I'm in tears, but like
Right.
strangers, somebody
Yeah.
I never met, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Touched by
Yeah.
the words I created and I wrote. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So I realized that like music can really, really touch people, man. So
Yeah.
like you said, it's important to be intentional. And for me, like if I do come from a place of like, realism or I don't want to say negative because it's not negative even when
Yeah.
it's real. You know what I'm saying? But
Vulnerable, I
it's
guess, in a sense too. Yeah.
yeah,
Vulnerable place.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Like when I come for that, I make sure that my songs end on a good note. You know what I
That.
mean? Or
Yeah.
or on a note of hope. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? With a message because ultimately, man, a lot of things are easily lost in translation.
Yeah.
A
That's
lot.
true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And if people don't, a lot of people listen on the surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't listen to like the deep end, or they might not catch it. You may have intentions of being really clever because that happens to me a lot. Like I got a song called Strictly for My Family, and
Yeah.
everybody will tell me, oh, that song's about your family.
Right.
And it's
Right.
not. It's not
Right.
about my family. You know what I'm saying? You're
Right.
not obviously listening to the lyrics, right?
Right. Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I may have all intentions of being so deep. So sometimes I have to be on the surface
Mm.
and bringing it back full circle. That's what I like about Sync
Yeah.
because I love to be witty with my lyrics, but Sync, they want you to be more straightforward with the
Exactly.
lyrics, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and sometimes songs require that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
being able to be a little witty sometimes and being straightforward is important. And I'm very, very intentional on being, having some type of positive message, some type of
Yeah.
message
Yeah.
of hope.
That's good.
Because people will, misconstrue the lyrics. And,
Yeah.
if you don't have a message with it, he's talking about, maybe I should kill myself.
Right. Right. Right.
Maybe I should take drugs. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And
Right.
and and I don't promote none of that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Nah, it makes
I
sense.
learned that over time.
That makes sense. And really, you know, what I pull from that too is that the things that you're dealing with as that we put into our music,
Yeah.
it is for us, you know, to be able to
Yes.
express. But like you said, when you performed and that lady was touched by it,
Yeah.
it's a message. You know what I'm saying? You're sharing
Absolutely.
with the world, and there's so many
Yep.
people that need to hear that message. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? That
Yeah.
need to hear that
Yep.
message. So her whole world shifted
Yeah.
because you were just like, hey, I'm gonna talk about
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
on stage. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's dope, bro. That's super
Yeah,
dope.
bro. Yeah, appreciate it.
That's dope. All right, so um, back to the creative side of things.
Yeah,
What is one thing you have to do before you create?
yeah. Coffee.
Gotcha.
I would say coffee.
I feel it.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say coffee. Yeah. Yeah, you know, coffee really, you know, brings out the creative energy out of me, man, and the
Gotcha.
motivation. Like I could be so tired, bro, and then I'll drink a cup of coffee, and I'm like, I'll come up with a million ideas.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's fire. That's
So
fire.
yeah, coffee is super, super important to me, man. Yeah, it
Dope.
used to be. It's so funny. It used to be food, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I realized I was weighing like 260.
He was like,
So
he said, we can't have this.
yeah,
We
I
can't do
was
this
like,
no
yo, I'm
more.
getting fat as heck, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Put a
funny.
bad weight. I'm really looking like a dad.
That's
So
funny, yo.
I was like, nah, I can't do that. And then I never forget too, because when I realized that, do you remember Blackout, the Jay-Z
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
movie? Timberland was playing joints for Jay-Z,
Yeah.
and like every other scene you saw, Timbo was eating.
He was
You know
snacking
what I
on
mean?
something.
Yeah, he was snacking on something.
I do
And,
remember that.
yeah, and I remember, and Timbo actually addressed it. He was like, yo, like I had to chill. Like I
Yeah.
always found myself eating when I was creating,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then you know that stuck with me. I was like, yo, you know what? I don't know what it is about food or eating. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, bro. I'm a foodie, man. Like, and I remember talking to my therapist about this. I was like, bro, like I said, I just want to eat to eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I just
yeah,
need to eat because I'm thinking about it. I'm not
yeah, I'm
hungry. I'm
thinking
just
about
thinking
it.
about it.
And
Right.
yeah, and he said that a lot of people do that because eating brings them to a happy place, right?
Yeah. It takes
And it's
dopamine depending on what you're eating.
yeah,
Yeah.
it puts people in a place of being happy, like
Yeah.
satisfaction. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's the easiest way, you know, besides drugs, right?
Right. Right.
To getting that satisfaction.
True.
So you know, I realized like, yo, that's why like I'm eating, because
Got it.
when I'm watching a movie or I'm watching a show,
I gotta have food with
I
it.
gotta
You're
have
right.
food. I gotta have something to eat. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's mental. So when
Yeah.
I realized that, man, I started like, okay, you know what? Let me drink more water. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I switched it from coffee. Excuse me, I switched it from food to coffee, and I drink coffee black. I don't drink it, you know,
Oh,
with
straight.
nothing
Yeah.
in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I drink it black. So you know, it's not unhealthy. You know what
I
I mean?
got
So
you. I got
yeah,
you. Yeah, that's one thing I gotta work on, man. Like when it comes to me and when I work, especially if I start like earlier in
yeah,
the morning,
yeah.
um, I'm the opposite. Like I don't
Okay.
eat. Like
Oh.
if I'm going into and I
Mhm,
know I need to create and I know I need to get work done,
mhm.
like I don't even think about food until after.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
And so some
yeah.
days there have been some days where I would go in, be in the studio 8 a.m., not
Hmm.
leave until, 12,
And
1
you
o'clock the
and you
next
didn't
morning.
eat.
And I haven't eaten, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And like, friends and artists are walking into the studio like, Dev, did you eat today? And I'm like, oh no, I haven't eaten today. They're
Yeah, I
like,
forgot.
bro, like you gotta eat. Like
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
eat.
bro.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so like I'm starting to not starting, I'm in a place where, I am eating breakfast in the morning and kind of getting
that's
the day
good.
started and,
Yeah,
getting that energy for the day. And
yeah,
so yeah. And that was like I guess a weird quirk about me that I need before I create is and I haven't done this in a while, which is interesting, but
okay.
like before I used to always have to go and get like ice cream.
Yo,
I don't know
what?
why. I don't know
I didn't
why, but
expect
just
that.
like a little scoop, like little cup of ice cream,
Yeah,
just boom, boom, and I'm good to go. Like I just felt like, oh, it
yeah.
just made my voice like better when I'm singing, or it gave me more freedom to do whatever
What
I need to
flavor?
do in range. Yeah, it's just like,
What
okay,
flavor?
cool. I had to pull away from that because
Yeah, yeah,
ice
yeah, yeah.
cream ice cream gets a little real. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what flavor? What flavor?
Man, I'm a cookies and cream is like my number
Okay,
one.
yeah, okay.
But then I've really been going for this like cookie dough, like
Okay. Okay.
Cookie dough move. Like I've been on that heavy. I got some of that in the
Yeah.
freezer right now,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig
I
it.
got some of
Now,
that in the freezer right now.
I used to love ice cream. I'm not much of an ice cream eater anymore.
Yeah.
And normally, like, matter of fact, I took my girls out not too long ago. We went to like a dance competition.
Oh, fire. Okay.
Yeah, they had a dance competition out here, and like people from all over came out. It was dope, bro.
That's dope.
But yeah, I took them for some ice cream, and I didn't even get any. You know what I'm
You
saying?
you went to ice cream and didn't get any?
Yeah, I didn't even get any, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
made sure they were good. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
bow
like,
to that strength, my boy. I bow to
yeah,
that strength.
yeah, that job was looking good too.
Right,
But
right. That's funny.
but nah, just yeah, because we had it was at a place where they had so in Pittsburgh they started building like a bunch of food halls. Well, like I
Food
said,
halls. Okay.
yeah, bro, I love the idea. So what it is it's like it's one building,
Yeah.
but they got different types of food in different areas of the building, bro. So like,
Oh, okay.
so they got like Chinese, they got Japanese, they got like
Okay.
American food. You know what I'm saying? They got all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And bro, and like, and it's expensive. I do hate that part of it, but because I'm buying for me and my kids. But
Right, right, right.
but the portions are not. The portions are very good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got
So
you. Got you.
yeah,
So is it like so you like how they have in the mall, like they have like the food court and you got all
yeah, it's like a food court.
it's got a
It's
food
like
court.
a
Okay,
food
got you.
court, but it's not shopping. It's just it's
It's
like
just the
a
food.
yeah. So like so I think we have like three of them out here, but I've
Yeah.
only been to two, and one of them is like a world food hall where it's
Okay.
like I said, it's a Chinese, Japanese,
Yeah.
American food. You know what I mean? And then there's another one where it's an Asian food hall where it's
Uh,
like Filipino, Korean, Japanese.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's so fire, bro.
That's
I
dope.
love it. Like
That's dope.
I'm fat.
No,
The kids say?
nah,
What the kids say? I'm big back.
nah, he's all right. Nah, I feel it, bro. I feel it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm considered a foodie, but I love to eat, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. I
I do
do.
love to eat. So like when I
Yeah,
do eat, like especially
yeah,
after work and everything like that, I eat.
yeah,
I feel like I eat for like 3 people, bro. Like I can
yeah,
throw down like
yeah.
a good amount of food in one sitting.
Word up.
I can legit do it. But
Like,
that's funny.
yeah.
That's
But
funny.
I was saying that's why I didn't do the ice cream because I ended up doing I did Chinese and American. I did
Oh,
two joints.
he's not just
I
right.
did two joints. And so they was trying to get ice. I was like, yo, let me chill.
That's funny. He said,
Yeah,
let me calm down. I overdid
yeah,
it."
let me chill, yo.
That's
So
funny. That's funny. Well, that's dope, man. That's dope.
thank you.
Did you go to audio school? Did you go to school for music at all or anything like that?
Nah, nah,
No.
nah. I know some people that do that
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
It's never really been my thing. Man, I told myself I went to YouTube University.
Hey, that's it, bro. I'm telling you,
You
like,
know what I'm
when
saying?
I think back to like when we were in high school, like beginning of college time frame, like we
Yeah.
didn't have the access to what we
Mm,
have now. You know what I'm saying?
for
Like
real. Yeah.
you had to, if you wanted to get in depth about like how to use Pro Tools or how to use certain plugins, what an EQ was,
Yeah.
what a compression does,
Yeah.
like hardware,
Yeah.
software, all that other stuff, you had to go to school
You had to
for.
go to school. Yep. Yeah.
Nowadays, bro, like
You don't have to. Yeah.
YouTube.com
Yeah.
who I use
Yep.
dot. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And you got
Yeah.
a slew of videos just telling you how
Yep.
to use what
Hmm.
what you got questions for. And so
Yeah.
it's interesting that, nowadays the creative world that we're in, you don't necessarily, I mean, it's good to go to school because not
Yeah.
only do you get the
You learn
knowledge of
other
like,
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
you learn,
Yeah.
other knowledge of other
Mhm.
things like the ins and outs, but then the
Mhm.
network is big because
I
now
was gonna
you're
say that. I was gonna say the network. Yeah.
yeah, now you're in
Mhm.
a concentrated place with people that
Yeah.
are like-minded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
like you said, like when you guys went to high school together, your boys that are working for the NBA right now,
For the NBA. Yeah.
that was a network. That was a network
Absolutely.
that you built
Yeah.
because you went to a certain space where you had like-minded people, and now
Yeah.
you're able to build and use those relationships, and they're able to use you and for your
Yeah.
strengths, all that other stuff. So
Absolutely.
that's what I see, school being now is just being able to be in a concentrated place with like-minded people,
Hmm.
and you're able to build this network, this lifelong
Yeah.
network. I went to
Yeah.
Oakwood University and I built
Okay.
a crazy network
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
musicians, singers,
Yeah.
producers, songwriters, like a whole bunch of people that I
Yeah.
still talk to this day. And I graduated So I got my business degree. I graduated in '08, transitioned to Oakwood and got my music and recording arts degree. And I
Word.
graduated from there in 2014. But like I still talk to these people to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I still
Yeah.
have networks with these people to this day, and they're all doing amazing things. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
In
Yeah, that's
music,
dope.
in different
That's
portions
dope.
of the industry. So,
Yeah.
like, I feel like making sure, like, if you do decide to go to school,
Yeah.
use that network, man. Use that
Yeah.
network. You're
Networking is
around people.
everything, man. Music is
Huge.
about who you know. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
And
the,
there,
it's, it's the,
these people are all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you're I'm in Bermuda right now.
Yeah,
You're in
yeah,
Philly right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I know
Pittsburgh. I'm
people
in
from
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, I'm sorry, in
Yeah, yeah,
Pittsburgh
yeah, you
right
good?
now. There's people in LA that I know. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know people from all
Yep.
over the world.
New
Like
York,
that's what it is.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it
Miami
is.
for
And so
sure.
the network is stretched because of the relationships you built in
Yeah.
certain pockets of where you
Yeah.
are. So that's dope,
Yeah.
man.
Absolutely, man. And I know a bunch of people that went to Full Sail.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Same
I
here.
worked I worked with a bunch of people that have Full Sail, and they probably aren't even the most talented. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right?
No,
They
it's real.
graduate, and they've even told me, like, man, like they learned more when they graduated. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? More
Yep.
hands on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that was another reason why I didn't do it, because Full Sail at the time, if I remember correctly, it was like 50 G's
Yeah.
for like a
Yeah.
year, for like a
Yep.
year. And but again, yeah, people were like, yo, you're paying for the network. It's not really like you're
Yep.
not really paying for the education, you're
Yep.
paying for the network.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
So for me, it was like, yeah, I don't think 50 G's is worth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The
saying? But
network, right?
yeah, for me, I didn't for
Right.
me. I
Right.
didn't, but
Right.
I want to be clear. I don't knock anybody's journey. I
Yeah.
don't knock
Nah. And
anybody's
everybody
journey.
has their
Yeah,
own journey. It's not a
yeah,
comparison thing. Everybody does have their
yeah,
own journey.
yeah.
And like you said, like there are people who've gone to school that didn't even pursue what they graduated with.
Yeah,
You know what
hey,
I'm
listen, that's
saying?
me, bro. I got an associate's in electric engineering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
But I feel like engineering
I
though,
don't.
as a musician, you
Mm-hmm,
have to understand how all this hardware and software works. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So like
Absolutely,
when it
yeah,
comes to engineering, I still feel like, even because you got, you got the associates in it, there's
yeah,
still knowledge that you pulled from that to be able to implement and understand how,
absolutely, bro,
current
absolutely,
works
yeah,
and what a power
mm-hmm,
conditioner is and why it
yeah,
does what it does. You know what I'm saying? Being able
mm-hmm,
to have those
mm-hmm.
conversations. So I still feel
Yeah,
like there's something in there.
yeah, for sure, man. Not for nothing, man. I learned business too. That was part of it because I
True.
went to a trade school.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah, yeah,
some of the curriculum was business
yeah,
and writing
yeah,
up, you know what I'm saying, and understanding overhead and
yep.
profit and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and
Understanding
how to
contracts and how to put those together,
yeah, how to put the contracts
negotiation
together and stuff.
tactics.
So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely 100% took that from there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because I negotiate my own deals. I do a lot of, I make sure that it's mainly profit. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly.
And try to have as little overhead as possible. You
That's
know what
it.
I'm saying?
That's it. That's dope, man.
So,
I
yeah,
appreciate the openness on that.
of course.
Um, I guess more on the tail end of this thing because I appreciate you
Mhm.
taking the time to chop it
Yeah,
up
for
with me. I
sure,
know
bro.
you got your
No
daughters and
problem.
everything over there. Um, what's something that I just met you? What we talked
2 weeks
2 weeks
ago?
ago? Yeah, 2 weeks
Mhm.
ago. What's something that the world doesn't know about you?
Hmm. Um, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm pro artist, and I'm really like on this big artist thing right now.
Yeah,
Like I feel like the artist is like the bottom of the food chain. You know what I mean? And artists is art, and this is nothing new, but like
yeah,
artists are very mishandled. They're
mhm,
not appreciated. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They're the last people thought of. You know what I'm saying? People throw events, they want to use the artist for the main entertainment, but pay them last. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's
And
cold, bro. Yeah,
you
that
know what
makes
I'm
sense.
saying? And not for that, it's the same as sync, right? Like,
Right.
producers and artists, we get the least amount, right? We get the least amount when it
Yep.
comes to getting paid. And, so I'm very big on speaking up for the artists right now
Yeah.
and creating an opportunity, not only speaking, but doing for the artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out here in Pittsburgh, man, I'm doing an open mic once a month now with my
Yeah.
co-hosts, you know what I'm saying? DJ Goodnight and Deborah Cook.
That's dope.
And, I came up with this idea. I pitched it to them and they were like, gee, we with you. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Yeah.
we found a location.
Right.
Yeah, man, we found a location and a venue, and the venue, told the venue, they were like, "Yo, we're with you. Like, you don't gotta pay for the venue. We love what you're trying to do."
That's
so
dope. That's dope.
so we got a venue, we got a space that we use for free.
Yeah.
When we have an open mic side of there, and we average about 40 to 50 people an open mic.
Yeah.
And
it's
dope because we only have time for 10 performers.
Wow.
But it's but 40 to 50 people show up. So it's mainly fans. It's mainly audience. You know
people
what I'm saying?
Who just want to be in that environment. I feel
Yeah, bro. So it's dope. And then from there, after the first open mic, the venue reached out because the venue has 3 stages. It has a main stage where like national acts come to. And they perform. They got another stage where they call a fun house, where they do like other open mics, or they do like, other things, but it's a bigger stage. Yeah. And then where we do the open mics is in the cafe, where it's very small, it's very intimate.
More intimate,
Yeah, and it holds 30 people comfortably. So again, we average like 40 to 50 people.
So people got to stand in rooms sometimes.
People standing around and all that stuff. And they approached us. They were like, "Hey, how do you feel about throwing a show?" You know what I'm saying? So so we ended up doing that, and we ended up we had the show on Mac Miller's day that he died, his anniversary. So we ended up headlining the only group that Mac Miller signed, because Mac Miller's from Pittsburgh.
Right.
So we headlined the only hip hop group that Mac Miller actually signed. They were called the Come Up.
That's major.
Yeah, and we brought them out, and we headlined them. But what we did was we had 10 artists from the open mic. Not 10. It was 8. My bad. It was 8 artists from the open mic open for them. Right? So we had like close to 200 people come to watch the show. So not only did they get the exposure, but 2, we paid the artists. You know what I'm saying? Made sure that the artists got paid too. Now, it wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because between paying the headliner and because for that venue, for that stage, we actually had to pay the sound guy. So we had to pay the sound guy. We had to, a lot involved. But we also got sponsored. You see the shirt and Rocking the Music Roundtable. Yes, they sponsored
Music Roundtable.
Shout out Music Roundtable, man. Man. It's an app where it's kind of like it's a radio app, right? Okay. Online radio app where they play like independent artists. You know what I'm saying? All day long. Yeah. So and they hooked the artist iTunes link up to it. So the artist, as long as you got, they get paid.
Yeah, they can be found. That's good.
Bro, I love it. So I rock with them. But anyways, they sponsored it, and between that and the ticket sales, we was able to pay the artists. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And we were able to make money. You know what I'm saying? As hosting it. So then we had more open. Then we had another open mic, and like 50 to 60 people came. Yeah. And then now we got another one coming up next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And people were like, "Yo, how can I get on? How can I get on?" So it's like the talk of the town right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing. So that, and then, like I said, I put the open mic together.
Right.
And I posted online, and I had this company reach out to me like, "Hey, I see you work with artists. Can you put together 5 artists and perform at our event?" I didn't even know this was a thing. Right. Yeah. I didn't know that people do this. They curate performers.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, because I told my boy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I love doing that." I was like, "Yo, that's a thing."
That's a thing. Right.
So, I didn't know. But they was like, "Hey, here's our budget." Because, at first they were like, "Hey, for the performer." I'm like, "Okay, what's the budget for the performers?" Because I'm pro artist.
Right.
So, they were like, no, we could put a good budget. So they gave me a budget. I got paid to host it. The artist got paid a few $100s to perform for like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And that's what I'm on, bro. I'm really on this, like, artists deserve to get, to be valued.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I love that, bro. And I mean, one thing that I've seen and understood in the music industry, nobody's really doing artist development anymore.
Nah, bro. It's non-existent.
Thrown to the sharks, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And getting used up and not really understanding what branding is and like your brand and all this other stuff. Like, they'll throw money at you real quick, but then they want you to become this puppet. You know what I'm saying? They want you to become this puppet. So that's one thing too. Like I'm also pro artist. Like, I want them to know and understand, their brand, understand who they are as artists, their identity in
Yeah.
their music, you know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
maintaining that identity. And then being, like we said at the beginning, understanding their value, you know what I'm saying? And being able to show that value through their
Yeah.
work ethic and everything like that. So
Yeah.
that's major, bro. And I appreciate you for sharing that
Thank you.
because that's huge. So any subscribers, any listeners that are um in the Pittsburgh area,
Word
like
up.
holla at my guy. He's got major things going on
Yeah.
right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
holla at him.
Yeah.
I'll put all his links in the description down there. And make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know when the next one goes up. But yeah, follow my guy Gallo. Follow. You know what I'm saying? Hit my guy up.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Last question for you, my man.
What up?
Last question for you. If you had an opportunity to talk with the younger version of yourself, what would you tell him to do?
Tell him keep going. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Keep following your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? And keep believing in yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you try to do different things than everybody else, it's met with a lot of adversity. You know what I'm saying? So, thankfully, man, I followed my gut and I followed my independence, you know what I'm saying? And being an individual. So that's what I would tell myself, man, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? And keep going for it, yo. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I tell everybody, bro, if I was to die like now, I would be so happy with everything I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No regrets.
I've had no regrets, man. I have so many accomplishments, dog.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So many accomplishments, bro. Like, I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen straight up, bro. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't seen, but like, there's so much experience, man. I was just telling somebody I've had so many 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Times, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm so thankful, man. And I thank God, you know what I'm saying, for, being able to have these experiences and being able to, I recorded almost all of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to show my children. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to lead them and show them like, yo, if you believe, you can accomplish, man. And if you go for it, you could do pretty much anything you put your mind to. So, bro, my kids get to see me even now. You know what I'm saying? My kids are super proud of me, bro. Yeah. And that, like, I can't ask for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't cheat nobody. I ain't do no drugs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done nothing illegal to do what I do, bro. Everything has been legal. There's been no cutting corners. There's been no lying. Everything I've done has been honest and genuine. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I could show my kids that, bro, that is like talking to the younger me. You feel me?
That's major, bro. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's major, man. Well, again, bro, like I said, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for your time.
I appreciate you
for your energy, your conversation, your positivity.
Thank you.
All the major things that you're doing back where you are right now in Pittsburgh and, and just inspiration. Because I feel like all the stuff that you're doing right now, you're posting on LinkedIn, you're posting on all the socials and everything like that. Like, it's not only to gain exposure and to share your accolades and trophies and stuff like that. And that's what I was about to say. It's inspiring people, bro. It's inspiring people. I'm inspired every time I see you post something. I think you posted something today about getting placements, and I'm just like, yo, like this dude is getting it. Like, I appreciate you for sharing that kind of stuff because it keeps people inspired. You know what I'm saying? So and
can I just say something real quick to that?
Talk to me. Yeah.
That was tough in the beginning because as I started getting accomplishments, I started posting about it, and people were like, "Yo, you brag all the time, bro. Why you always bragging, right?"
Yeah.
And it's not bragging when you earned it, right? Exactly. That's first and foremost. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. But I said, that's one way you could look at it. But another way is, I could show you these messages where people tell me and they're like, "Yo, you inspire me. Yo, you motivate me. You make me want to." I feel down, and then I see your post, and I'm like, "Yo, I need to get up and do something." You know what I mean? So. That's why I do it, man, to motivate. And, if you feel like it's bragging, sometimes you might have to fine tune something. Yeah. We all are human. There's times where I'll see somebody, I'm like, man, I wish I had that placement.
Right.
Man, I wish I had that opportunity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then, like, I check myself.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you know what? I got this. And they did this. So you know what? Let me see how I could work differently to achieve that. next time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And real quick, because I know I could talk and I'll stop.
No, you're good.
My bad.
Nah, we here to talk. This is called music talk, bro. Like this is what we do. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
I was seeing people getting placements to All American, bro. Yeah. That's my favorite show to watch, bro. That was my favorite show, and I kept seeing people post, "Yo, I got another place. I got a place on this show." Yeah. So I was like, I could have been salty, right? Yeah. Or I did what I did, right? And I figured out, like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, exactly. So I need to figure it out, and I figured it out. And I've been on the past 2 seasons of All American. I've been on the spinoff of All American. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And
same here. I think we got like 4 or 5 placements on the homecoming one.
Yeah. I got 1 or 2 on there, I think, and I didn't even know about it. Somebody hit me up, was like, "Yeah, well, I heard you." I didn't even know, bro. Right. And but yeah, bro, like, and the supervisor, Madonna. Yeah. Right. Yeah. We'll see Daisy. She rock with me, bro. She rock with me.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's about, you're fine-tuning your mindset, you know what I'm saying? We're human. Yeah. Sometimes we are gonna be jealous. Yeah. Sometimes we are gonna, wish that was us, right? Yeah. But we gotta check ourselves. We have to check ourselves and be like, yo, be happy for this person. Yeah. And work harder. You know what I'm saying? So
that's it. And that's what I always say. And I said at the beginning, I give flowers what flowers are due. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like when I see people posting about placements or accolades or wins or whatever they're doing, like initially you do have that, man, I feel like I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I can get there. Yep. But then you shift it into inspiration. Like, okay, let me figure out how to do that. And let applaud this win for them.
Exactly.
Because they, like you said, they worked hard for
it. They worked for that. Yeah.
They worked for it. So they deserve to be in that position. So I give flowers where flowers are due, but then it shifts and transitions into inspiration. Like, okay, how can I get to this position? You know what I'm saying? How can I make this thing happen? And for me, like, this whole social media thing has been new. It's new for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finding that I really enjoy doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I enjoy just chopping it up. So I was like, yo, let me use this platform to be able to chop it up with people, because people enjoy these kind of conversations. Like, I can sit in the studio for hours and just chop it up, and we talk outs and nuggets and gems and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, well, why not share the wealth? You know, share the energy, share the IP. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what it is. But
I love what you do, bro. I think it's dope, man. And people love, like you said, people love watching this type of things, man. Yeah. I love watching interviews. You know what I'm saying? I go down a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Like my favorite platform is Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Drink Champs is major, bro.
Yeah, I love, bro. I watch one and then I'm like, oh, they had. Let me watch this. You know what I'm saying? Before I knew it, because I watch it before I go to bed while I'm laying down. Before I know it, it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, like, you just binging a whole bunch of, and I mean, they have long episodes too. You know what I'm saying? So you sit there and just ride out with them. Like, that's what it is. But that's, because I feel like these kind of platforms, these kind of places for people to watch. Yeah. This form of entertainment gets you to know people that you didn't know. One, also opens you up to a deeper version of a person that you may know. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get to have these kind of conversations with the individual. Yeah. But then it's dope entertainment, man. It's just fun to be able to pull nuggets from people talking just like we're talking right now. It's not super formal. It's not like, bullet point after bullet point. We just talk. We chop it up. Like, it's entertaining easdropping, if you want to say it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You're sitting there listening to somebody else's conversation, you're like, oh, wait, that was good. Like, write that down. That's some good information. You know what I'm saying? Let me take that down. So, but yeah, bro, I appreciate you again, like I said.
For sure.
Taking the time and just chopping it up with me. Obviously, we'll do more because, we got a lot more to learn about each other, a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, bro, I'm here for it.
But yeah, throw your platforms out. Where can people find you, man?
Yeah, man, gallosworld.com is the website, man. You can find all my social media on there, but everything is Gallo Locknez. So if you search Gallo Locknez on that platform, I am the only Gallo Locknez in the world. And if it is another Gallo, if it is another Gallo Locknez, it's a fake page. That is, you know what I'm saying?
You heard it here, live and direct. If you see Gallo Locknez that does not look like him, it is not him. You know what
And
I'm saying?
it might look like me because they stole my picture.
Oh, they took
but
the picture.
listen,
Right. You're right. Right.
but it ain't me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Go to the website,
yeah.
follow my guy Gallo. Again, my name is
Word up.
Devin O'Bannon with Black Irish Entertainment. Again, subscribe, like this video. If you learn something about Gallo, like this video. If you just, if you already know Gallo, like this video, share it with somebody that you also know. And yeah, hit that notification bell until next time, my people. We'll holler at you later. Appreciate you again, Gallo.
All
Holla at
day,
you, my
bro.
guy. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah.